Schedule 1. From a small-time dope pusher to kingpin. Manufacture, distribute a range of drugs throughout the grungy city of Highland Point. Expand your empire with properties, business, employees, and more. The first time I saw this game on the Steam homepage, I didn't think much of it, but I went out on a limb and I spent $17, and I'm pretty goddamn glad I did. You start out in the desert with your Uncle Nelson, who's shown you the ropes on how to grow weed and deal it. After a series of unfortunate events in the first 20 minutes or so, you flee the desert and enter the city of Highland Point, and that's where the real game starts. You only start out with a couple of $100, no name, no connections, no nothing, so here begins your illicit drug operation. You start out with small-time, minimal-grade pot plants, but first you gotta grow them. So you're gonna start by potting them, planting the seed, watering the damn thing. It's up to you whether you want to use any type of fertilizer or chemicals that speed up or enhance the growing process, but once your plant comes to fruition, you gotta trim the plant, take the raw flower, bag it up, jar it up, get it ready to be sold, running from street corner to street corner, dealing and making connections. I just gotta say, there's a certain type of physicality in this game to all the little mini games and things you gotta do to package and make drugs, and there's just something about it. The whole process is just damn fun. I like it. You will be a busybody for some time, getting everything going, up and running, making connections, finding a dealer, getting everything growing, getting your empire started. It takes a little bit of strategy, but I feel like it's pretty easy to get into a rhythm and get the hang of it and get the money coming pretty quick. There is a good amount of upgrades to all the machinery and tools you use to produce products too, so I haven't unlocked them all, but every one that I have that was an upgrade, you can really feel the difference. There's other ways to make money too, like gambling at the casino, robbing soda machines, ATMs, pickpocketing people, getting into saves. You can even pick up trash on the street and turn it in for cash. While running your operation, you have to keep an eye out for the law too. There's always a random new checkpoint in town, there's a damn curfew, and there's usually at least a few patrolmen roaming around, and if you get too close to them, and sometimes at random, they'll want to search you, and if that happens, you got a couple of options. You can either let them search you, and there's this little mini game where you can use the space bar to conceal items and stuff. If you don't want to do that, you can just run away, try to evade them as best as possible, or just straight up fight them. That'll probably wind up in a hefty hospital bill. I like the world here. Highland Point feels really lived in. Most of the town folks have jobs and things they gotta do, so you'll see them getting busy in the streets. And there's a certain charm to the whole city that's funnier than I expected. Whoever made this game, man, hats off to you, because the type of humor in this is fucking hilarious. The first time I seen a legalized ranch spray painting
Legalized ranch
on the side of the building, I fucking knew I was in for a good time. But not only the graffiti, but the names of the businesses, the characters. Hell, I seen a guy named Peter File. The random name generator for the drugs you produce is probably the best random name generator I've ever used in a game. It's fucking hilarious. Down to the effects that the people smoking your drugs have. The last thing I expected was to make a toxic strain of weed that would turn people bald and change their skin pigment to the opposite of what it was. My favorite thing about this game is the fact that I can do all this in online co-op with up to 4 people. I've only tested it with my buddy T-Cat, but there's nothing like peddling drugs, skateboarding, beating civilians, and running from cops with your best friend. And not to mention, the two of you can get twice the work done and make twice the money. I personally am having a great time with this game, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for this funny gem. Now it's in early access, so I mean, with early access, it's always kind of hit and miss. It can go either way, really. So we'll just have to stick around and see what happens. I know I'll be keeping an eye out for it. And if you stuck around this far, I'm glad you're here, and I hope to hear from you. Peace.